Welcome back to Falcon Update live on YBTV. I'm here joined by Kenny Runkel, member of the Messiah baseball team. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, Chris. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right, yeah. Nothing to complain about. So, what exactly is your role on the team? What do you play?
So I'm a junior left-handed pitcher, and my role this year is to be a starter. So every
right.
Saturday, 7, I start.
All right. I'm not super familiar with baseball stuff, so can you explain a little bit about what a junior pitcher means as opposed to something else?
So I'm a junior in class in school here, so that just means I'm a junior.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I know that baseball was cut quite short last year, just like every other sport. So how exactly did COVID affect the team last year?
Last year, so we got 7 games in. We got told the news less than a week before we were supposed to go to Florida. So that was kind of a bummer, but I mean, coach kept us in contact through the whole quarantine and the whole COVID situation. Like, was really supportive about coming back and having a great season this year.
Yeah, it's really good that you have a coach that will keep you all together, because I think you need that for baseball and really any sport to have that team cohesion. But so how exactly is COVID affecting the team this year?
This year, first off, it's having not a full season. So instead of having 40 games this year, we will have 28. It also means that every team will make playoffs this year, which is great for, postseason baseball is always the most fun and entertaining baseball. But yeah, this season, me personally, I just got out of quarantine from having COVID. So I had missed 2 weeks, which we had our first game in those 2 weeks, and it was just a lot of adjusting to begin with.
So I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're all right. Yeah, I hear that COVID isn't super dangerous, but I know it can leave some lasting effects. But what exactly were your thoughts about being unable to play the past game or so?
I mean, it really stank. Baseball is my passion. I love it. It's a child's game that we get to play in college. So it wasn't fun, but it was still really cool living in an era of technology. So the game was live streamed, and I got to watch it. So that was awesome.
That's always nice that you're still able to connect with people and other team members while you're away in quarantine. So who exactly are you playing next and when?
So this Saturday and Sunday, we have a doubleheader on both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is at home and Sunday is away. We're playing Alvernia.
Okay. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with other baseball teams, but how exactly, do you know anything about them? How good are they?
Historically, they're usually top of the conference, 1, 2, or 3 seed. But they graduated a lot of people, so they should be a good fight this season between us and them. I mean, we have good pitching and good hitting. They have good pitching and good hitting, so it should be a fun one.
So do you personally have any long-term goals for baseball or anything else with the sport?
So with baseball, I realistically have a year and a half to play the sport I love at the collegiate level. And after that, I'm looking to go into working behind the scenes with a professional sports team. Baseball is obviously my dream job, but any sports team I would love to work for.
That's always good. Yeah, it's good to always have a backup and to do the things that you love. So being in quarantine, you were still able to watch the game, obviously. So how did it feel to watch the team win the first game of the season?
It felt amazing. Being able to practice with those guys and just seeing how hard they've been putting in work, and then to see it translate to the field and watch our pitchers throw well and watch our hitters hit well was just amazing.
So what does a typical practice consist of for you and the baseball team? What sort of things do you do to get ready for a game?
Okay, so practice early in the week, we usually work on stuff that we did wrong during the game of the previous week. So this past week, we didn't really play defense too well. We were letting fly balls drop, letting the sun play a factor. So this week, we're probably going to work heavily on defense. A lot of fielding, a lot of fly balls. And then we work that up until Friday, and usually Friday is our big offensive day. So pitchers usually line the outfield and catch BP for the hitters to hit, and just really dial in their swings for the weekend.
So what were your thoughts about being canceled last year? I know you went into a little bit before, but can you just say how it felt, what you were thinking?
For me personally, the hardest thing with last season being canceled was the seniors, because they were such great leaders and they were amazing people, and to have their senior year cut short before we even played a conference game, it was really a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, unfortunately, that is all the time we have. A big thank you to Kenny Runkel for coming on the show, and for Josh McLeith and Nolan Hogenboom and our other fantastic reporters. I'm Chris Blakeman. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here next week.